Please help a starving artist out by supporting me on Coffee. Thank you. Fazbear Entertainment was always on the search for new and innovative ideas to market new products to customers. This included the creation of new pizzas, as well as drinks, merchandise, and, most importantly, entertainment media such as songs, games, and movies. Through seemingly trial and error, it was discovered by the company that creating new fizzy fast tastes always came with a short jump in revenue, but that was it. However, during the last Halloween, in the Fazbear Entertainment Mega Pizzaplex, and all additional Fazbear franchises had a Roxy Raceway module installed into their establishments, a Roxy-themed drink had been sold, and still was. And even though it was just regular Mango Blast Fizzy Fazz, it still sold pretty well. It was just in a different cup with a different name. And this had given the higher-ups a genius marketing idea. They would slightly increase the amount of fizz in the cherry explosion flavor, and also ever so slightly increase the sugar amount, and sell it as a new drink called Monty's Cherry Popper Lemonade, only sold at Gator Cove. It was a genius idea, and the plan was about to be put in motion. A huge event would be held at the Pizzaplex, and to celebrate the new drink. Even smaller franchises around the country would receive the drink for a limited time, of course, to get people hooked. In preparation for this event, the Mega Pizzaplex's Montgomery Gator animatronic would be shipped to a Fazbear location on Hawaii to record ads and promotional photo shoots. And you were excited. Fazbear Hawaii was only one location on the entire island state, and surprisingly small too, only having a merchandise store and a dining area. Your location didn't even have an animatronic, just an elderly man everyone just lovingly called Grandpa, dressed in an old glam rock Freddy suit, who would dance on stage occasionally, and lip-sync to music while strumming a guitar prop that wasn't even plugged in. You yourself were the daughter of the location's owner, and therefore got the laziest job in it, working the security night shift. Really, if it wasn't for the wonderful decorations, this place just seemed like any other pizzeria restaurant. Just able to make enough profit during tourist seasons to stay profitable and not be closed down by Fazbear. It was really nothing special. So when the Fazbear delivery truck appeared down the road that night, you were completely excited. It parked before the establishment. Grandpa had been waiting after his shift had ended just to see the animatronic be delivered, but by now the old man had fallen asleep in your security office and you didn't have the heart to wake him up. Besides, he'd probably get a heart attack if you woke him up too roughly. The men deployed a huge crate before carting it into the restaurant. "Aloha," said a small, overweight man with a receding hairline, wearing a Mega Pizzaplex uniform. You just blinked in response. "Name's Kevin. Just Kevin." He smiled from ear to ear. "I'll be your engineer during Monty's stay here at your restaurant. Here's my card." He gave you a piece of paper ripped straight from a notebook with a mobile phone number on it. "My mobile. If you have any issues with the machine, give me a call. I'm nearby on a hotel." "My mobile. If you have any issues with the machine, give me a call. I'm in a nearby hotel. Always on duty." He was still grinning. Honestly, you'd be too. This was basically a paid vacation for him. "There are a lot of events planned with him. I'll be accompanying you to those, but other than that, he's yours for the taking." Kevin was about to leave when you interjected. "Wait." Huh? He turned around. "Power?" Kevin blinked. "You don't have a charging station?" You shook your head. You furrowed his brows. Well, just plug him into a socket. Right. Your pizzeria didn't have any free sockets. This quickly was turning sour. You sat down on a nearby chair, watching as additional crates were delivered from the truck. The elusive Monty's cherry popper drinks. You guided the men as to where they needed to put the crates before waving them goodbye. You were then left with a novelty Fast crowbar. Putting your elbow grease into it, you managed to break the animatronic out of his box. And when you first laid eyes upon him, you honestly blushed. He was so big, and the way his chest and arms were modeled, honestly, it made him look like a total hunk. This better not awaken something in you. You had seen the robot's schedule. Tomorrow at 10, he would be picked up and delivered to a rented-out beach location. 3 photo shoots on 3 different days, promotional visits to your restaurant, etc, etc. Overall, the animatronic would be here for only 4 days, though it was a lot. It would end Friday at the earliest morning hours when he'd be taken back by the truck to the Pizzaplex. But what you didn't expect was what happened next. Due to the unique situation of your pizzeria not having an animatronic, or a charging station for that matter, it had been decided that you would house the animatronic, as you live closest to the location. So the next day, when you arrived late at the beach after the photo shooting, you stepped out of your car with a worried expression. Up until now, you haven't seen the robot in motion, but when he approached you, accompanied by Kevin, you once again could only blush. Well, here she is, big guy, chuckled Kevin.
So you're the person charging me?
Asked the robot curiously before holding out his giant hand for you to shake.
Montgomery Gator. Just call me Monty.
His voice was deep, but also a bit low. Clearly his battery was running down. He's already running out of juice, so you better get him home quick, or you gotta carry him. I don't think you can do that. You looked up at the robot's face. Yeah, that won't be possible. Just call me if you need help. You have my number. Thank God you drove a pickup truck for deliveries, so you could sit on the back platform.
I always wanted to do this,
chuckled Monty. You looked back at him as you were driving. Huh?
Sitting on the back of a truck? I wish I had my bass. I'd blast the greatest solo you'd ever heard,
he proclaimed proudly. That did sound quite metal, no pun intended. The drive was noticeably short, but when you stopped at a red light, Monty spoke up again.
Running a little low here.
You bit your lower lip. You could never drag that thing into your apartment alone. But it's red.
Floor it,
he demanded. Intimidated, he looked left, then right, before flooring it. You had never done this before, blatantly disregarding rules, so this was quite an exhilarating feeling. Thankfully, there was no other car around, since it wasn't the season.
Ha ha, you good people night guard,
shouted Monty, amused. And you blushed again. Yeah, this was totally going to wake something in you. Honestly, Monty still had quite enough juice. He just wanted you to drive faster, to feel the wind tear at his red mohawk. He was absolutely in love with this feeling, and was glad he got to experience this. Sadly for him, you arrived far too soon at your small house. It was a relatively small building, with your landlord living on the second floor and you yourself having a basement flat. Monty carefully descended the stairs. They were way too small for him, but after some squeezing, it worked eventually. and after showing him your small place, you set him down on a small metal stool that just barely managed to hold his weight. So, how do I charge you?
Direct charging me requires you to lift my tail and...
Wait, what? Monty blinked confused. He didn't understand your interjection.
Lift my tail? There's a round opening under it. Just open it.
Your face flushed. What?
What's wrong? I'm getting sick, Night Guard. It's just simple instructions.
No, you're fucking with me, are you? He wasn't. And with quivering lips, you went behind the robot. Taking the charging cable in your right, you lifted the gator's massive tail with your left. Setting it on your shoulder, to use your now freed hand to open the small, round chute on his butt. Why was this in such an inappropriate place? How could anyone allow this? Your hands were shaking.
Are you still alive? I'm not feeling anything go inside me.
Your lips quivered. It's just... Sighing, you finally shoved the cable into Monty's socket. The robot groaned pleased, making you shake even more.
Oh yeah, that's good energy right there.
He sighed.
I'd lean back if I could.
Flustered, you stepped around him, crossing your arms. Meanwhile, the animatronic tilted his head. What's wrong? I guess... Curious, how does it feel?
You mean getting energy, or getting energy in comparison to my charging station?
This will be a long stay. Might as well explain both, so time passes quicker. The gator's mouth opened a little to imitate a smile.
It's nice whenever a grown-up shows interest in how we function. For me, it's like when a human asks another human, "Hey, how was your day? How did your food taste? Did you eat well?"
Monty rubbed his large hands together, and you gulped.
Energy feels refreshing, nice and hot, and according to Roxy, she described it as a little gooey, like something super tasty is being pumped right into your throat.
You stopped breathing for a moment as your eyes widened. This was so lewd.
We animatronics are super thankful for any morsel feeding us. It's more personal. Since the energy is being pushed right into us, it's much more at once. I'm glad we are built to take all that into us.
Your legs were beginning to feel weak.
Now, the recharge stations are completely different beasts. They are these plastic tubes filled with metal bits that charge us with magnets. Super convenient for a quick in and out if needed. Being inside them feels like you're being showered with all the good stuff. Just thinking about it makes my body vibrate with excitement.
He held out his hand. It was, in fact, vibrating. Vibrating like a... Monty? You stuttered, having reached terminal flusteredness. And yeah, in fact, it had awoken something inside you. May I sit on your lap while you charge? The gator laughed wholeheartedly. It was almost wholesome with how innocent he really was. I only let kids sit on my lap on Christmas. Very rarely a grown-up, but... Please? He gave up, leaning back just a little, spreading his arms to give you room. Biting your lower lip, you stepped forward, sitting down on his thick leg. You allowed him to hold you close a little, while you just stared down at your knees. Blushing, biting your lower lip. Monty? If you don't mind, could you put your hand down there? You know, for purchase? So I don't fall? Yeah? Thank you. Hey, thank you for watching my video until the end. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and watch a few more. But before I say goodbye, I'd like to remind you to like the video and subscribe. That really helps the YouTube algorithm. That's all. Hope you have a good day. Until next time. Bye!